That counts. You got a hand on it. Hey, welcome back, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, my next guest is a beloved Food Network star who has written 13 best-selling cookbooks. She's now written a new memoir, Be Ready When the Luck Happens. Please welcome back to The Late Show, Ina Garten. Won't you please? It's always lovely to have you on the show.
Last time I saw you was East Hampton.
That's exactly.
Right?
Evie and I were lucky enough to be on your show, Be My Guest.
I have to tell everybody, these guys are like a 50s screwball comedy. You are so great together.
Oh,
I just
thank
adore.
you.
You're like Cary Grant, and she's like Rosalind Russell and His Girl Friday. You just had such a good time together.
You're my favorite guest of all time. Thank you very much. Now, you've been on before. We've cooked together, but there's an interview about your new book right here. There he goes. Be Ready When the Luck Happens. And I want to get into that in just a second, but just because we're sitting doesn't mean I can't make something for you. I know you like a cocktail. How about a Cosmo? Would you care for a Cosmo? There you go.
Who would say no to a Cosmo?
There you go. Now,
but this little glass?
We got
such a little glass.
Don't worry, we're making plenty of it. Don't worry. We got special instructions. Okay, it says, will you make sure they use freshly squeezed lime juice, no substitutions, and ocean spray cranberry juice cocktail? Madam, I hear and I obey.
Look at the size of this shaker.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah,
it's almost as big as the one you gave me during COVID. What? Hold on 1 second. Hold on. To hell with it. There we go.
Exactly.
There we go.
Perfect.
Why?
That looks perfect.
Why worry about it? Why worry about it? And it sterilizes my hands. Don't worry about that. There you go. We'll mop that up later.
Your hands just added an extra perfect flavor that everybody needs.
There you go. Now, Evie and I just
you need a sleeve?
I think I probably do. I'll just do. Now, cheers. Here's to your new book. You've written 13 bestsellers.
Thank you.
Ooh, I need that. You've written 13 best-selling cookbooks, but this is your first memoir. This is the first non-cookbook. How would you compare? Is this harder or easier?
It's so different because the one thing I always do is I always look ahead, and I've never really looked back. And it was so interesting to look back and go, you know, it was really, there are things in my life that are really consistent that I couldn't have imagined.
What's consistent?
What surprised me looking back is how much courage I had to do things that were really, looked scary right now, like leaving a perfectly good government job and buying a specialty food store, or walking away from a specialty food store to not know what I was going to do, and it ended up being I was writing cookbooks. I mean, at each time, I really took a chance that at the time didn't seem so scary, and I look back and think, wow, that was really courageous.
You did have a fine job working in the Carter administration.
I did,
It was in the Energy Department?
I worked in the White House, actually.
In the White House, okay, okay. So that's a kind of glamorous job.
Everybody thought I was crazy. I was walking away from a job in the White House to run, what, a grocery store? I mean, everybody thought, like, why are you doing this?
Here you are. This was the job you left for, which was called the Barefoot Contessa when you bought it.
I bought a store called Barefoot Contessa.
And that made you.
Isn't that crazy?
Here you are. Here you are in 1978 at the opening of the Barefoot Contessa.
I have no idea who that is.
Did you know how to do all of this?
I didn't know how to do any of it. I didn't know how to run a food store. I'd never worked in, you know, you'd been a waiter. I'd never even been a waiter in a restaurant.
So what on earth were you thinking?
I thought cooking was fun. I thought that's what I was going to do. Little did I know how hard it was, but it was so much fun. It was just fun. It was really, but that crazy picture with all this fancy food around me, and you know, I have this little gold necklace on it. And when I first bought the store, everybody treated me like I worked behind the counter. And I was like, you know, what am I going to do to change this? And I thought, I have to change something. So I walked across the street and I bought what I thought was the biggest gold necklace I'd ever seen in my life. And I put it on, and I came back to the store, and everybody went, oh, this is your store? Oh, it's wonderful. Changed everybody.
Sent a message.
And to see a picture of that, it's this tiny little gold necklace.
These necklaces say, I have a lot of bestsellers.
Things have changed.
It's over the years. Of course, when Evie and I were on, we had a great time with you.
How great is that?
And Jeffrey. And I'm a fan of yours. I'm a huge Jeffrey stan.
Isn't he
I
the
love it when
best?
he's on and you send him on things.
I send him out for a cantaloupe and he comes back with the honeydew, you mean?
Yes. You went through so many of your old letters of your beginning of a relationship with Jeffrey.
All.
You saved them all. Is it true that the old letters somehow prophesied your life now?
You know, there were things in those letters that we absolutely didn't remember. For example, he sent me a letter when I was, I think, in high school or college, and he said, I want to take you to Paris. He said, maybe we won't have any money in the beginning and we'll go camping, and hopefully someday we'll have enough money to stay in a hotel, and if we're really lucky, we can rent an apartment. And
here
we
you
had
are.
no recollection. Oh, you have a picture of that?
In your Paris apartment today.
Things worked out okay. But we started by camping.
The book is Be Ready When the Luck Happens. The woman is Ina Garten. Ina, what a pleasure always. Thank you so much for being here. Congratulations on it all coming true. Be Ready When the Luck Happens is available now. The lady is Ina Garten, everybody. We'll be right back.